I want to go to ABC's Yunji Denise, who is in Virginia Beach this morning. That's the home base for SEAL Team 6, where this morning everybody is processing an enormous loss. Yunji, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan. Churches here in Virginia Beach are set to open shortly, and surely these losses will play a huge part in services this morning. Today, the local paper says it all. Loss hits home. Across this community, there is shock.
There's a sense of loss. We tend to try and band together to think for family and friends and pray for them.
And sadness.
It's horrible. It is. It's really just, other than cry, you don't know what else to do, really. I mean, it's sad.
In this tight-knit Navy town, the loss is felt by everyone.
It's high risk, but call duty for your country.
It is a far cry from the jubilation that swept the community after Osama bin Laden was killed by their hometown boys. Even here, the identities of the SEAL Team 6 are kept secret, but now their names will likely become public under the worst of circumstances. This is where they train to swim 350 feet underwater with their hands and feet bound, to survive in Arctic conditions, even submerging in freezing water. And only men can be SEALs aged 28 or younger. 75% don't make it through, and those that do leave their loved ones here.
There's a lot of SEALs that come from here, so it's just kind of just weird to think about how people that you could see in the street could just be gone right now.
Losing 22 men all at once comes as a sharp blow to the family and friends of the Navy SEALs, like the grandmother of Aaron Vaughn, one of the men killed in the crash.
I'm very proud of him. He was such a good boy, and he loved his country. And I talked to him on his birthday, and he said, "Granny," he said, "don't worry about me. I'm not afraid."
Very moving to hear from his granny on this morning. Yunji, a quick question for you. When after the Osama bin Laden raid, the names of the SEAL team members who were carried out that mission, those names were never released for security reasons. However, as you indicated, we may learn the names of the men who died in Afghanistan. Why is that?
Well, it's military procedure. 24 hours after all of the family members are notified, the Department of Defense and the Pentagon will release those names to the public. Dan.
Martha, have the notifications all been carried out, and how is that process carried out when it comes to the SEALs?
The notifications have been carried out as far as we know. They notify them like any other member of the military. You know those scenes. They have notification teams go to the homes of the families, each family. So you can imagine that scene down there where Yunji is with 22 notification teams. And of course, there were 8 other notification teams across the country for members of the Air Force and Army as well.
It is extraordinary, and not in a good way. Martha, you pointed out something extraordinary in your report earlier. You said this is a 7% hit for the elite SEAL Team 6. How serious a hit is that strategically for the U.S. when it comes to our defense?
Well, there's this emotional loss. There is, as you said, this strategic loss. It does take a generation to grow these teams, to bond these teams, to train these teams. So the mission in Afghanistan really will be affected. There are very small numbers of these elite forces. They do these raids all the time, sometimes 12 a day. There were 3,000 to 4,000 special operation raids in Afghanistan last year. They play a major role in this war.